welcome back to Fearful Harmony. A very long, I think it was like a month or something, but it was well worth the wait because today we have a very special guest, game developer, creator of many classics like the one game and the other game and the other game and then the other game. We have WhiteVoid. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. A really good day. I'm really honored to be here. So thank you for the invitation again.
Yeah, no, thank you
Like
for
I told you,
responding.
I haven't done this before, so this is new. But I don't know. I just like this concept of kind of podcast to people of the community, and well, there's nothing else I can say. But I don't know. Thank you. This is really awesome, and
Yeah. Well, part of the reason I started Feel for Harmony is because, like, sure, there's like a lot of interviewing and podcasting places out there, but not really for like that kind of indie horror creepypasta kind of community.
yeah.
So that's why I wanted to bring a platform to like one day I'll have like a Five Nights at Freddy's creator on, and the next I have like an EXE creator on, and the next is like just a random like horror YouTuber, kind of bringing all of that together because I wanted something like that, and so I was like, why don't I make it? But
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
I love that it's not limited to the EXE community and that you bring other people. So yeah, that's actually really cool. So good job, man.
Yeah. So for those of you who might not be familiar with who you are, what you do, would you like to give a brief intro? My introduction was not very detailed, so I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just a guy who like to develop games, specifically EXE and creepypasta games. And I don't know, I just love what I do, and I like bringing people something fun to play, maybe an interesting story, maybe something that left mark in them. And yeah,
Yeah.
basically that. Yeah.
No, so kind of like going into like that game development. I'll start off with a pretty simple question. I don't have anything crazy for today, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's all
Um,
right.
yeah, starting like with that game development part, what kind of got you into game development in the first place?
That's really a good question because it's really a long way. I've always loved video games, of course, that's why I'm here. And since a kid, I always dreamed of making my own games, and it was like how do I even start doing games, you know?
Yeah.
And I stumbled onto Game Maker. I think it was Game Maker 8, the classic, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I followed tutorials. I tried doing my best, but nothing really came out. And as the years passed, I really didn't give up. But at the same time, I was I wasn't doing nothing for myself. Like I always copied the code of the tutorials, but didn't get to try to understand what was that code, what did it do, and that was a long way until I noticed that, and was like, I, if I want to make my games, I need to understand what I'm doing, you know.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of prototypes, not exe related, not creepypasta related, just original things that didn't get to some things. And I don't know, I just kind of gave up a little and left the game development for a time. That's until I was on YouTube, and a video popped up, and it was I think it was the first EXE challenge of Luigi Kit, and it was like, oh, that's interesting, because I probably in high school I watched Luigi Kit's videos of Sonic.exe and all of that stuff,
Mhm.
and I liked it, but that's it. I was not a big fan of that stuff, really. I just think, oh, this is cool. It's bloody eye Sonic, cool, I guess.
The
Getting
concept was cool, but you're like, there's more here.
Yeah, like at that time when I was in high school, I was like, this is really simple. I mean, It's literally just press the right button and, well, you know that kind of stuff.
Very well, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just stumbled onto one of those videos where he was announcing it, I think, and I was like, I like this kind of stuff, at least in the past, and I was like, maybe I can do something that's good. Because I remember a time where those types of games were kind of like there wasn't even a good one. There was a time where all of
Yeah.
them were like, yeah, like,
Like 2013, 2015, there wasn't really anything that crazy.
yeah, and I don't know, just thought to myself like, I think I can make something good. Maybe if I just try really hard. And I just opened Game Maker again after a long time, and I started thinking, what can I do? And well, I started developing the first version of Left Behind. That's, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate that first version, but it wasn't really that amazing, really that good. I made the first ambition, which kid played it, and I was really hyped of someone playing my game on a YouTube video. That was really something. That was a first. That was a first, and I was really like a fucking children. Like I was, oh my god, that's someone's playing my game. Like, it was something really different. No, I don't know. I'm really happy remembering that.
Yeah.
I made that game like in, I don't know, maybe 2 3 months. I really didn't took me that much time. The deadline was actually longer, and I was like, I don't remember which game was, but I saw other games. I think it was too late. I saw that game and I was like, I can do something like that. I just need more to try even harder. I need more time. And because I find that the first version of Left Behind was really simple. It was really short, really simple. And seeing that I had much time to work on something else, I decided to do Left Behind version 2. And
I think I remember that.
that's the actual version of the game. Because I don't know if you played or watched the first version, maybe not.
I probably watched it. I don't think I played it until definitely until it was finished, because I did it for a video a while back. But I do remember watching one of Luigi Kid's videos on it, so I knew it existed way before I actually played it for a video. So I think so.
Yeah, see, yeah, the the thing about that version is I tried to search for that version like a file, but seriously, I'm really mad because I didn't do a backup. I've lost that version. Like I don't have the project of Game Maker. I don't have the exe file. Lol. I don't have nothing. Like I'm really mad because I want to play it. I want to save it, but I don't have it. I simply don't have it. I lost it.
There might be a chance because I had a few times for videos where I wanted to find copies of games where the upload was just gone. Luigi Kid had one once, so you could try asking him. I'm not sure if he would. He might. He backs up a lot of them. But I remember specifically a viewer came to me once, and I still need to dive through it. It's been like half a year.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned in, I think it was my Smash Bros video about like a couple of games that existed but were no longer up because how old they were, and came to me and he was like, hey, I have like a collection of old EXE games spanning to like 2018, but not the same as like, because Left Behind was definitely newer compared to those,
Yeah.
but that collection, not only was there hundreds upon hundreds of games, but there were games that I was like, oh, I remember that. That's like completely gone now. So there's
Yeah.
a chance
Wow.
someone out there, I mean, someone listening here for whatever reason has
Yeah.
it.
Maybe I
Um,
thought
I don't
I
know,
thought
at
of
me on Twitter.
asking. Yeah, I thought of asking someone in Twitter maybe, and I also tried the I don't know how it's called, Internet Wayback Machine,
Oh, the
something like that.
Wayback Machine? Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried with a games page and no luck.
That's unfortunate. Like I said,
That's a
I'm sure
shame.
someone has it. Definitely. There's no way.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
delete lot of my stuff either, so I'm sure.
Yeah,
So,
I've gotta ask.
but
I've gotta ask someone.
yeah. But speaking of like your other games like Left Behind, what kind of led to the ideas for some of your later games like Frozen Inferno and Crucis Mortem? Because while Left Behind, I kind of like the style of that the Mario All Star kind of look.
Yeah,
The later on games definitely take a lot more like artistic liberties, I feel like, especially Crucis Mortem, because I think I talked about in my video, it has a very like Eldritch horror kind of
yeah,
vibe, like that aesthetic. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't want to call it just like monsters, but they're kind of like
yeah.
monsters in a way. I'm curious what inspirations there were behind that for
The
both of
thing
them.
ab- yeah, the thing about Left Behind is like I was new to game development, so I don't know, it just didn't cross my mind to make original assets for the game. I don't know why. I think uh that's something basic, like make original assets for your game, but it just didn't cross my mind. So I don't know. I just think it was just something that was new. I just wanted to game a game. I just wanted to make a game really fast, and I just did that. And after that, Crucis Mortem, I noticed that, and was like, okay, I gotta give my game some identity. A really big inspiration for that kind of style. It's Mario ROM hack. The name is a little tricky. Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, Call of
Yeah,
Cthulhu. Oh, that's an old one. I haven't played that one in so long.
yeah, it's. I really, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really good, and I like like everything from that ROM hack, and especially that kind of style.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really would love to make something like that, and I think I did a decent job at it.
Oh no, it was definitely good. I'm surprised I picked up on that because when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is like some Lovecraftian horror." And then you said Call of Cthulhu, the Mario hack was
Yeah,
your inspiration. I
yeah,
was like, "Oh well, that was Lovecraftian horror right there." I could see that, but no, I really liked it. Especially it's like I just deep dived into EXE games for like a whole like month for my last video. So I'm kind of tired of repeating this, but a lot of EXE games kind of stick to both good and bad. It's been done like a very standard type of horror, like your blood, your
yeah.
jump scare, stuff like that. And there's definitely EXE games that break from that, but I
Mhm.
feel like that initial style is always there. Like there's always going to be like that blood or the gore or whatnot.
Yeah,
And I like when EXE games explore different styles of horror or different aesthetics of horror, I guess.
yeah,
Um, so that's why I like Crucis Mortem a lot because it's it's
yeah.
something
Thank you.
different.
Yeah, thank you. And something that I want to do from now on, from to my projects, is try to experiment a lot with whether it be the art style, the gameplay style, because I really don't want to make the same thing over and over again. And I thought of a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas, some 3D ones, and I don't know. I just want to. I'm a little impatient of what I will make myself. So yeah,
I am curious out of like because you don't have like an insane amount of games. You have like four, which is objectively
yeah.
that's a lot. But I was curious if you had any ideas that maybe didn't make it through or that you were like, I don't really want to do that.
There were some, but I think that's just because I focused on other projects, and I had a lot of ideas. I thought of Super Mario Deluxe from the Game Boy
Hmm.
version. I even made a little prototype, and I was like, I mean, it's not bad, but I just want to make something that goes on another path, another way, in another direction, because it was something really classic in terms of in terms of blood, uh, black eyes, all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is not like me. Like and I just discarded that. I also got another idea for a Super Mario Land one.
Ooh, I love Super Mario Land. Hold on. Oh, I didn't bring it with me, but I have Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on hand.
Oh,
Wish I could.
damn.
uh,
Oh, that's really good.
yeah, I've been recently getting into Game Boy games and like collecting and stuff. So it's funny you bring that up, but
Yeah. Oh, damn.
continue.
It was a Super Mario Land 2, and I still want to make it because I think it's a good idea. But I think my skills for now don't won't let me do the game the way I want it to be. So I just want to wait for me to get better, to practice, and then I can maybe make that game. I also got a Sonic one because actually I got a lot of Mario creepypastas. Like all of them are Mario except for Frozen Inferno, and I wanted to make a Sonic one, and it will be similar to Crucis Mortem in terms of that style of weird creatures and all of that, because I love that. And but yeah, for now I'm focusing on Crucis Mortem and a project that I'm working for, the Luigi Kid EXE challenge.
Oh, really? I was actually thinking about asking about that. I was like, oh, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but you're cooking
No,
something
yeah,
up for the challenge?
yeah, it's alright. I'm hyped for it, and I
I've been
know I've talked about repetitivity, like doing the same thing over and over again, and I don't know if the game is a remake of one of my games,
a
and
remake.
yeah, the thing about remakes, it's if I'm going to do that remake, it's because for a reason. Like I feel like the game is pretty outdated, and I've got a lot. I got a lot of ideas, scenarios, a lot of things for that game. Like, and I don't know. I'm just hyped. Like, if I'm going to make that remake, it's because I know it's going to be really good. It's going to be really different
Yeah,
from
you're not just
the
remaking it to remake it.
yeah. And man, I think I have a strong feeling for that because I'm experimenting a little bit with the story and make a little twist. And I don't know, like I'm taking my characters as well, like they were sentient beings. Like they have feelings, they can feel this way, they can feel that the other way, and yeah, you know.
Yeah. No, experimenting is good though. I'm excited. Sorry, I was messing with my mic. I've been trying not to. I mean, you're the first guest after the break here, but I do have a couple others I want to talk to that I think may be doing stuff for the challenge as well. And I've been trying
Yeah.
my best not to talk about the challenge stuff, since
Yeah.
technically I'm a judge, so I gotta be like impartial and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will say, like, for anyone else who's doing the challenge, and as you said you're gonna do, I feel like experimenting and like doing new things is the way to go with this challenge. I've purposefully not been looking at like any submissions early. Like, I'm gonna wait until all the judging. I'm not 100% sure like the exact date that's gonna take place, so I'm just holding off until Luigi Kid tells me, hey, we're gonna look at
Yeah.
this. But I have like inadvertently, accidentally, whatever, looked at some because I watched like one or two Luigi Kid videos recently, and he played things for the challenge,
Yeah.
and I will say I am hoping that other creators will have new ideas. I might just be biased because I'm very burned out on remakes of old. Like, when I say remakes, I mean like the same thing, not like new twists
Yeah.
on it. I'm not saying like, I'm trying to think of an example of a remake that like completely changes it. I'm not saying like uh Sonic 2011, the new one, to like the original EXE. That's different. I'm saying
Yeah.
like there was a SpongeBob one, I believe, that got put out that was supposed to be a
Yeah,
remake of the original
yeah,
SpongeBob.exe.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and I watched it because I was like, oh, that's funny.
yeah.
And then
I
I saw it,
actually
and it was the exact same game. And it's like, it was a few days into the challenge too. It's like, take your
see.
time,
Yeah.
think of something
Uh-huh.
unique. It doesn't even necessarily have to be related to the exe tropes that already exist. Think of like your idea for your game first. And as many people have demonstrated, including you with an Ice Climbers horror game, the concept does not limit what you can do with the horror. Like, you put Ice Climber horror game on paper, that sounds a little silly, but it
Yeah.
can work if you're actually like putting the time and effort into it and not just like having it be your typical blood fest, you know?
Yeah, the problem is not the concept, but what do you do with that concept? Yeah.
I won't
No,
talk on
yeah.
the competition too much because like I don't want to get too deep into it. I don't know what and what I'm not supposed to say about it. I didn't sign an NDA. I'm fine, but but yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm really excited to see what people have got because I mean, I've never done anything like this. I've never judged a competition, let alone one that I watched. I shouldn't say grew up watching because he started that when I was like in high school, but
Yeah.
I would see the competitions like the submissions, stuff like that. So it's very cool to be a part of the process and actually get to play the games and have like input
Yeah.
on what's what. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I got a question. I don't know if I can
Oh
ask it.
no, go ahead. This isn't like a formal interview. I'm not just asking you questions. We're just chilling.
All right. Have you ever thought about making your own EXE game, maybe, or creepypasta game, or thing?
So yes and no.
Oh,
Uh, so it's floated in my head like a million times. Even before I was a content creator, I used to mess around a lot in RPG Maker. What I would do is I actually made my own game that's never seen the light of day because it was just
oh,
chock full of my real life friends, and it was just like a big inside joke that me and my friends did when I was like 14. But so I'm not like completely uninterested in game development, but it's the whole process is very overwhelming for me.
yeah.
But it's also, I think it's coming to an idea is like my biggest
Oh,
issue because I have two routes I would like to take with it. If I'm
yeah.
going all in on a creepypasta game, I'm either going to do one of two things. One, I want to make a good parody game because I think that's my big pet peeve. One of my not big little pet peeves with the genre is
Yeah.
I think I've only played like maybe one, maybe two good parody games. There are a lot out there, especially when you've seen as much as I've seen, and it's I don't know. I feel like there's so much potential there. I've even done
Yeah.
stuff in my videos where I have like made and edited together fake exe games with like inklings of ideas of what I'd want to do for it. I think that would be very fun. I would have to get a lot of people like, or not a lot, but I have to get some people on board for it for like spreading and stuff. Or
Yeah.
two, this is a very ambitious thing. It's something that I've considered pursuing if I grow larger as a channel. I have more resources at my disposal. I meet more people. I would like to create an actual like game, not like a full-fledged game, maybe like 15, 30 minutes, not that long. Um,
Yeah.
or maybe not 15 minutes, like 30 minutes to an hour, something like that, and make a game about like exe games and creepypasta. So it wouldn't just be like Sonic.exe. It would be
Yeah.
like its own original property. I don't think I would charge for it. I don't know. But
Oh.
I think it would just be fun to have a game that is based on those exe and creepypasta games on things like Steam and itch.io and stuff like that. With
Yeah.
like original characters that are not like pre-existing IPs. I think part of the reason I like, and it's like almost like a guilty pleasure for me, is because I'm a big Mario Sonic fan. Like I feel like everyone in this community pretty much is, and so it's
Yeah.
fun to see these characters situations. But it would
Yeah.
be so cool to apply everything from that genre into like an actual released like game. And I feel like if I can get like, and if I can get enough people on board and I get to like a big enough point where I like have the funds and time for it, probably once I'm out of college is some when I take on a task like this. I want to like actually go into developing an EXE non-EXE game. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
I think
Yeah.
that would be cool. And I'm so surprised no one has done that before. Like it's I mean if someone wants to take it, fine by me, go for it. Just like throw me a little credit or something. But like think about how cool that would be, because like I feel like there's a lot of things and tropes and stuff that you could take from the EXE genre, which is kind of limited because it's copyrighted characters. There's only
Yeah.
so much you can do. And like I said, it's not even to make a profit, it's to get it out on a platform like Steam
Mm-hmm.
where there's a lot more eyes on it. And turn it into like a game. And I'm not saying like this is gonna be like a full like hours long crazy experience. Actually my last guest, Ziggity, I don't know if you're familiar with him and his work. He made Super
Um,
Mario Dolor.
no, sorry,
Oh no, that's okay. He was also like a creepypasta creator originally. He made a big like Mario horror game, and then he went on and made a like almost a spiritual successor, released it on like Itch.io and Game Jolt, like as in like an actual game, devoid from those like copyrighted
Oh,
characters, so we can actually like release it more. But it still used the tropes from
yeah.
creepypasta games. Now, when I say like
Oh,
EXE game, I'm thinking like 2D like platformer type deal. So he made like a 3D platformer like Mario 64, Banjo Kazooie kind of deal.
oh.
But it shows that there's potential in that concept. If anyone's interested, wants to message me, maybe in the future, maybe like a year or two from now. But
Yeah. I always
uh,
wanted that full-fledged game of that kind of thing.
yeah.
That's why I want to be Crucis Mortem like
It got
I
promoted
want.
on Itch.io recently, right? I think I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah.
That was crazy.
That was fucking crazy. Like I lost my fucking mind, man. Like,
Itch.io
I,
does not promote fan games very often. Like, oh, if anything, they
yeah,
get buried. So I was
uh,
pretty surprised by that. That's cool.
yeah. Like I entered the itch.io page. I see my fucking game there, and I was like, what? I didn't believe that. Like, really. And a lot of people played it, and people that don't even like the EXE games and creepypasta game, and said that the game was good, and that was really awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's my objective with the game. Like I want to reach people outside the community and say that, well, I don't like EXE games, but hey, this is good. This can be good.
Every now and then, I talk to other like creators. Like I know a lot of creators I talk to are kind of in the sphere, but I also talk to a lot of like other just horror creators in general.
Yeah.
And every now and then I try to like be like, hey, check out this game or this game. But it is a little hard sometimes because I feel like a lot of people in this community, and I understand where they're coming from because their knowledge is probably limited on the genre, have a very
Yeah.
big stigma against EXE games or like creepypasta games, which is fine, but like
Yeah.
it makes it hard to recommend some of this stuff. Not like actually doing it, because I've done it before. I'm like, hey, this game's cool, check it out. But they're not likely to play it because it's like it's called My Mario Games. It's got Mario on the front. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
The
I'm hoping
reason
that stigma
for
could break.
yeah, I wish, because there's a guy called Alpha Beta Gamer that his objective is just to promote in a kind of way and play like indie games that really don't get too much. I don't got the word. Sorry.
Like attention.
Yeah, like attention. Indie games in general, like not EXE games, nothing like that. And he made a video about Crucis Mortem, and he got I think a lot of views, but I don't remember how much.
Yeah, I could take a look. Possibly. What
And
was the channel's name?
Alpha Beta Gamer. And the thing is, he has a website, Instagram page, and Twitter, I think. And I followed him in Instagram like way before he did the video on Crucis Mortem, and I was like, no fucking way, man. Like I
Oh
follow him.
wait, I think I've seen this guy before, like a long time ago. Well, like a few years ago.
Like, yeah, he's dedicated to indie games, and that's actually really cool and nice.
No, that is cool. I knew 1K views. Dang. Yeah, no, that's nice.
Yeah, and like I follow him in Instagram like way before, and that was something that was unexpected too. And he posted the game also in Instagram, and I saw some comments, and they were like, "Please just let these EXE games die," and well, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, like
Those
it
are
made
the
me,
people who have not looked since like 2015. It's like they're
yeah,
not. I mean, there's definitely games like that, but there's a lot of
yeah,
games that also just aren't like that. They're just like normal indie horror games at this point. I shouldn't say normal. They're just like indie horror games that happen to
yeah,
have like Sonic or Mario or Popo and Nana or whoever.
yeah. It made me a little sad, like seeing that. Not because my is specifically a comment on my game, but like in general, like man, there's good stuff in the community. Like there's definitely good stuff you can look, and you saying that and not even um, looking something else or seeing if the game is good or not. You just like he had that stigma already of like those kind of games, and that's sad. But uh, I don't know
Yeah.
what else can be done.
People need to keep like an open mind when it comes to games in general. Like I'll be honest, I really did not like Roblox for a very long time. And I still got a few issues with it. But people would like tell me to like play whatever and whatever like horror games on there cuz I mean I've been into horror games my whole life. This was even before I was a creator and I would say
Yeah.
no, I'm not touching that. But then like my friends like show me like Doors, which is like the big one and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh wait,
Oh yeah.
this is great." And I feel like people fail to recognize that this just goes for pretty much like any game ever, a genre, that
Yeah.
not every game is like the worst of its genre. Like I don't like stealth games, but not every single stealth game is going to be horrible. So like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to dismiss trying out
Mm-hmm.
a game if I have the opportunity just because of like what it like its label is. Like even like if they took one look at some of these game pages for the EXE games, I feel like they would realize, "Oh, this is not just Sonic.exe,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sally.exe anymore." But they don't even give it the time, which just means
Yeah.
like it's whatever, but it
Yeah.
does kind of suck.
Yeah. There's some people that's always going to be like that, but thankfully there I saw other comments that were like, I don't like I told you I don't like EXE games, but this kind of looks interesting, and I was like, well, that's good. That made me happy because that was my objective with well, I think not just Crucis Mortem, but I think my games in general. Like I want to reach more public that's outside of the community, and I think that was really a big step on that direction. So yeah, it made me really happy.
So I actually have another question here. We might be wrapping up soon, but I like to ask all of my guests a what if question of who would win in a fight, and I've personally crafted one for you here.
All
So,
right.
who do you think would win in a fight here? I don't know if he had a name. I can't remember. The scary blue toad from Crucis Mortem. Second
Yeah.
update, of course, not the first one. We're going the second
All
one
right. All right.
versus at least three of those big giant like the old TVs, the CRTs, falling from the sky towards him. Who's taking that?
That okay.
They all hit him as well. I should clarify that.
All right. Now, yeah. Sorry, my no, he's not that strong. Sorry, like he will lose instantly.
That'll kill him.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not a chance. Like I think every character from my game is not like it's not powerful enough to beat up. No, I don't know, a fucking cat. I don't know anything. It's not powerful enough to beat anything. Like
No, I get that. I see, especially recently, I think on Twitter, there's a lot of
oh yeah, yeah,
discussion and
yeah,
drama around like
yeah,
power scaling with like EXEs. And it's just like
yeah,
don't ever take that stuff seriously. On one hand, I I don't like people who like or like, oh, these people making their EXE characters the most overpowered things ever. But then I also, which is a problem I have with the One More Time series in general, don't like when
Yeah,
people make their characters
like the most
just like,
overpowerful thing.
yeah. I hate
Yeah.
this. I really hate to bring up this comparison because it's not everybody, but sometimes
Yeah.
it feels like when you're a kid and you make like your Dragon Ball
Oh,
original character, Sonic
yeah,
original
yeah,
character, like, oh yeah, they win instantly and cannot be defeated. And it's just like
yeah.
both of those sides kind of suck the fun out of it. So I get being hesitant to dive into that kind of stuff, but I also think it's funny you just basically said your characters would lose to a television.
Yeah, yeah, because I really don't care about that. Just, and the thing is, like, my characters are from, I think most of them, except for Frozen Inferno, are literally just take place in the real life, and they are characters trapped in a computer, console, and that, like, that isn't powerful at all. Like, it's just something that's, I don't know, in a console, in a
Yeah.
computer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't even care about that stuff. So yeah, all my exes creepypasta are weak as fuck, man.
I love that. So before we wrap up here, where can people find you? What would you like to shout out? Where could people see your next projects, whatnot?
I'm on YouTube, literally just called WhiteVoid, where I upload. Well, I just upload trailers and animated things, gameplays sometimes.
Founder, throw that up on the screen 32 times. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
and on itch.io, just WhiteVoid, and Game Jolt WhiteVoid 2. And I would like to shout out to some people because I think they're awesome.
Yeah,
and
of
they deserve more recognition. First of all, the music composer of Crucis Mortem, and my games from now on, Lux Boy. It's weird. His username on Twitter is like AlexBoyLol, something like that.
We'll figure it out. Founder will throw it on screen right here where I'm pointing.
Also, Pipe Dreams and Blue Sky. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's making a Virtual Boy Tetris kind of thing, and it's really awesome. And I don't know, he deserves the recognition because he got some really good ideas, and I think he's going to make something incredible, man.
This is perfect timing because my camera is about to overheat for like the third interview in a row. Thank you for coming on, WhiteVoid. And you got any final words to our viewers over there at home?
Not really. Just thanks for watching and
Perfect.
thanks for being with me. And that's it. And thank you to you for inviting me here.
Oh, no problem. Don't climb icy mountains after you accidentally kill your sibling. I feel like that's a pretty good moral here.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.